Hey, what's going on everybody on YouTube? Steve here, Raiken Profit, coming back to you guys with another video. And I received a viewer question asking, Steve, should I sell blazers, sport coats, and suits as a beginning clothing seller on eBay? So I'm going to be very direct with you in this video and give you guys my honest opinion. So if you're brand spanking new and you've never sold a clothing item before, I wouldn't recommend getting started with those types of items first. And there's a couple reasons. Number one, they're slower sellers. So when it comes to blazers, sport coats, and suits, they're a lot more long tail, which means they take a bit longer to sell because you're looking for that specific person, right? There's fewer people looking for a blazer, sport coat, or suit, in my opinion, versus a more common item like a pair of shorts, dress shirts, different things like that, t-shirts. So it's gonna take a little longer to sell. So when you're brand new, especially with clothing, you wanna build up that confidence. You wanna start selling items so you're like, wow, this works. It's not just those guys on YouTube doing it. I actually did it and I made a $15, $20 profit. This is cool. So I wouldn't recommend starting with blazers, sport coats, and suits for that reason, right there being a slower seller. Also, another reason, they're a little more expensive to invest in. Now, depending on where you live, this may or may not be a true statement, but for myself here in Connecticut, they could be anywhere between $5 to $8 to $10, upwards to $20 per item, compared to t-shirts and dress shirts and shorts and jeans that could be half the price or less, sometimes more. It really depends. It depends on your thrift store. But that's another reason right there. And the third reason why I wouldn't recommend starting off with blazers, sport coats, and suits, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't sell these, but not your first couple items. Start with the other items that I mentioned. And the third reason is because you need to have more of it's not a sophisticated setup, but you need to have the mannequin, right? You need to have, for example, when I sell a blazer, sport coat, or a suit, I like to have the full out mannequin, because you're not going to be able to get away with a hanging mannequin. It just doesn't look as nice. I mean, I guess you could, but I'd recommend getting a nice 3D mannequin. But what I like to do is I like to prep my mannequin with a dress shirt. So I'll put a dress shirt, usually a plain white dress shirt, on the mannequin first, and then I'll put a clip-on tie. This is a really good little hack. Go on eBay and look up clip-on tie lot and buy 10 or 15 of them, and you just clip it on to the dress shirt, and then you put the jacket over the top of it, and it just makes it look nice and professional. Remember, you're selling to a different type of person when they're buying a more luxurious or formal item versus a dress shirt or a t-shirt. So you've got to step up your game a little bit. And another thing, when it comes to blazers, sport coats, and suits, it takes longer to sell. There's more measurements, especially if you have a suit. That's a whole nother part, the inseam and the waist, and then you've got the actual suit jacket, you've got the shoulders, you've got the waist, you've got the length, the chest, so on and so forth. So it just takes longer. So if you're brand spanking new, start selling jeans. Jeans are a great item. Dress shirts, t-shirts, shorts, even pants and khakis and different things like that. I would start with that. Go into the eBay sold listings and start studying and researching the items that are selling really, really well. So that's the key right there. So hopefully that answered your question. Hopefully it didn't take too long to answer your question. If you guys have any more questions pertaining to selling clothing or eBay or anything in general, drop a comment down below. I'm here to help you guys out. But with that being said, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.